I've been gone for a few weeks. I saw a bunch of movies because I was sick in bed, so I had nothing to do, and I got sent a lot of screeners, and I just watched it from the comfort of my own home, and there's just a bunch of movies to talk about, so I'm going to put it all in one video. Quick movie reviews. Let's do this.
That's boring. You're boring, everybody. Quit boring everyone.
Hey guys, welcome to another video. Welcome to my quick movie reviews. You all know this. I've been doing these for like 6-7 years now. Quick movie reviews. I've already done one. No, I've done 2 of these so far this year. So this is my third and probably final quick movie reviews for the year. I saw the movie Nosferatu. That's going to be its own video. After all this, I think there's only 3 movies I want to see for the rest of the year. One of them's the Lord of the Rings animated movie. I want to see that. September 5th, I want to see that movie. And what was the other one? Sonic 3, maybe? So, let's get to it. Let's start with the first one, Wicked. We got to get through this one first. It's not that bad. I thought it would be shit. I thought this movie looked terrible. It did not promote the movie, in my opinion, that well, but a lot of people seem to think it was cool. It's well directed, and it's by a director I'm not even a fan of, but he does a good job. Cynthia Erivo as the Wicked Witch. She's okay. She's definitely the weakest of this movie. Ariana Grande is the best part. I never thought I would say that in the fucking history of my life. Is Ariana Grande stole the movie, but she's so good. She's good. She's funny. She's hilarious. She's so unlikable at times, but it's funny. She's got a beautiful voice. Every scene she's in, it's the best. She chooses the scenery. She's so good. I wanted the whole movie to be about her, but she is one of the main characters in the movie, so I thought she was great. I really thought she was good. One of the best performances I've ever seen her ever give in a movie. Yeah, I would Oscar-worthy performance. I don't know, fucking know. The music is nice. It's a very beautiful, visually striking movie. I hate that it's a part 1 because it feels so. When it's done, you just feel kind of empty a little bit, and you're like, because there's no. I hate when part 1s kind of do that. It doesn't you feel like it won't stand on its own 2 feet without part 2 because it's an unfinished story. That's why I don't like when movies do part 1s and part 2s, because a movie has to stand on its own and not just rely on part 2. Like that was my problem with Dune. The first Dune is good, but part 2 is so much better because all the good stuff is in Dune part 2. And just, I don't know. Same with like Mockingjay part 1. Like there's just part 1s can still work, but they have to stand on their own. This one, it almost does. It's just, when it's done, you're just like, well, that's not a complete story. See, a part 1 could still be a complete story without part 2. But you just know there's going to be a part 2, but it could still be a complete story. This one isn't a complete story. So that is my issue. And other than that, like, it's fun. It's an entertaining, enjoyable musical. If you're a fan of Wizard of Oz, which I am, fan of the Broadway show, which I also am, it's good. It's not amazing. There's a lot of goofiness and silliness to it. It is very long, but it's good. I enjoyed it, and I would recommend it. I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. It's good. It's higher than I ever thought I would give it, so give me that at least. The Order is next. This is one of the best movies of the year. Easily. So good. I'm not going to spoil a damn thing because no one knows anything about this movie, which is a shame because I think no one's talking about it, and I don't know if anyone's going to even review it, and they should because it's good. It's so good. It's literally just about these white nationalists who are robbing banks and going against the government and this FBI agency trying to track them down and even try to get like real deep in it to find out what they're planning. And it's really fucking enjoyable to watch. Jude Law, Ty Sheridan, and Nicholas Hoult are the leads in the movie. And they're all great. Nicholas Hoult, I think, steals the movie. Again, great year for Nicholas Hoult. Jury number 2. Nosferatu, he's having a hell of a year, Nicholas Hoult. He is so good in this movie. Ty Sheridan, Jude Law are both really good. There's some really gripping action sequences that I loved how they were made. The ending kind of stuck with me, and I was like, ooh, okay. There's some really deep stuff in this movie, and it's a bank robbing movie, but there's a huge underlining message in this movie as well. It talks about interesting things about the government and about control, and it also talks about, of course, prejudice, and talks about entitlement and everything. It talks a lot about interesting, heavy things, but it's also a good action thriller that is done really well, and it's very well made, and I thoroughly enjoyed it from start to finish. I think it's one of the best movies of the year. I will give The Order a 9 out of 10. Super good. Next is Conclave. Conclave is fine. It's fine. I know many people are going to probably put this as maybe in their top movies of the year. It's a very Oscar baity movie. It's slow, and I like some slow movies, but this one's too slow for me. And it talks a lot about the Vatican, the Catholic Church, and there's some conversations that are interesting. There's some things they talk about that are interesting. And Ralph Fiennes is so good in this movie. It's just, I don't know. I knew exactly where it was going, and the ending kind of makes no sense, and I don't see it that ever logically happening in a perfect world. Yeah, even in a perfect world. I don't know. I feel like he was trying to say something about society, and I don't think it works, the message. And I don't know. I don't even think the movie itself really works, because as good stuff as there is in the movie, I don't see anyone this having a huge impact on anyone. And I feel like it's just going to be a movie that's going to fall by the wayside. It's like, I feel like no one's going to remember this movie after it comes out. It's already out. No one's already giving a fucking shit about it. I feel like I'm not even going to remember this movie in a year or two. It's just going to be kind of like the Two Popes. You know, the Two Popes with Jonathan Pryce. I don't remember a single thing about that movie. I saw that movie when it came out. I don't remember a fucking thing about that movie. This is what like the Conclave is, and I think Conclave is really relying on its ending to really get people to start talking, kind of like Gone Baby Gone's ending and stuff. It's gonna really get people talking. I don't think so. It's not that deep, and it's not that shocking. So I don't know. I thought it was just okay. I thought it was a bit overrated. I liked some stuff in it, but I will not remember it in a year or so. So I'll give Conclave 6.8 out of 10. That's as generous as I can give that movie. But people seem to like it. Good for them. Moana 2 now. Moana 2. I love Moana. I think Moana's a great movie. I think it's a great Disney movie. It's a fun kids movie, but it's fun. It's a family movie. Jeremy John said this in his review, and I fully agree with him. He said, there's a difference between a kids movie and a family movie. A kids movie is kids like it. It's very childlike. And adults are just kind of like, put it on for the kids. But a family movie is a movie for kids and adults. So Moana is a family movie, but Moana 2 is like a kids movie. Fully agree with that. Because there is nothing funny about this movie. There is nothing deep about this movie. The first one had a lot of deep stuff in it. Had a lot of fun jokes in it for kids and adults. And not only was it bright, colorful, and the songs are very nice, but it actually has a deep message to it, and it has jokes for adults as well. This one doesn't have a deep message. It is literally just a sequel to pump out a sequel to get people to go see it because they want to make money off of the brand of Moana, because Moana is a big, big thing. Because the first Moana was so big, and they got to make money off the merch and stuff. So Moana 2, they're like, hey, people like Moana, so Moana 2. And this movie is not good. It's not shit. It's just, it looks nice. It's beautifully animated. The songs are actually not all great, but most are pretty fun and enjoyable. The voice acting is fine. It's just, it's not funny. It's not necessary. And the story is as basic and paint by numbers as any kid's movie story. It is the most pointless movie. There's nothing about this movie that justified itself in existence. There's nothing that happens in this movie that changes anything that happened in the first one. No one grows, nothing really changes, nothing even really happens. This movie was made to make money. That's it. So for that reason, I'm going to give Moana 2 a 5 out of 10. I didn't hate it, but I certainly didn't like it, so yeah. Next is A Real Pain. I really, really wanted to see this movie, actually. A Real Pain. It's a buddy movie about two cousins. They're looking about the Holocaust and their family lineage and history. It's a movie about depression and death and acceptance and all that stuff. It has Kieran Culkin and Jesse Eisenberg, and the movie's directed by Jesse Eisenberg. The movie is fine. It's fine. The movie was getting a lot of Oscar praise and buzz, mostly because of the two, especially Kieran Culkin. He is good. I think he is very good, and he does have some very funny stuff in it. He's so unlikable. Both of them are so unlikable, though. I don't like these two characters, and that's why I had my big issue with this movie. And the movie, a good example of a movie with Jesse Eisenberg, and it's about two people that I loved, was a movie called The End of the Tour. The End of the Tour was with him and Jason Segel, and it was about a reporter talking about a man, about depression and everything, and about his book and everything. And it's a lot about envy and all that. That was such a good and compelling movie with two great performances by Jesse Eisenberg and Jason Segel. And it works so beautifully, and it had a huge impact after I saw that movie. And it's a movie I do watch every couple of years, and I still love. And that's why I want to see this movie, because I thought it would be a lot like that. But the movie didn't hit me like The End of the Tour did. There was just so many unlikable moments, and there was just so many conversations that just went absolutely nowhere. And the comedy at times did make me laugh. Also, I found not needed in some moments. There's moments where a very nice moment was happening, and they kind of ruin it with a stupid joke. And I'm just like, no. Tell the joke after this moment. Have your emotional moment, then tell the joke. Like, I feel like because Jesse Eisenberg is a new director now, there's just moments that just didn't flow properly. And I think both of them give good performances, and they have chemistry. It's just the characters themselves I was not invested with. I was laughing with them sometimes. I felt their pain. I just didn't give a shit. And I don't know. Maybe that's a personal thing, but I don't know. I wanted to be super invested with their story and their relationship, and about their family and their history and all the stuff that they see in this movie. I don't know. I thought it was wasted potential for me. I know a lot of people seem to really enjoy this movie. I thought it was just okay. I'm glad I saw it. I could see that there is talent Jesse Eisenberg has behind the camera. I can see why people really love Kieran Culkin in the movie. Just not for me. I'll give A Real Pain a 6.5 out of 10. So, next is Spellbound. I had to check this one out just to see how shit it was, and it's shit. It's so bad. Rachel Zegler tries, and she does a lot of songs and singing in the movie. This is such a god-awful animated movie. Same with Moana 2. I didn't like it. I didn't like Moana 2. I can see kids still enjoying and have fun with Moana 2. Even though it's not a very good movie, kids will see that it's still fun, it's bright and colorful, and got nice songs, and oh, Maui's back. I can see kids still liking it. I don't see any kids liking Spellbound. This movie's ugly. It's not funny. The songs suck ass. And it's just not very intriguing or enjoyable. And I don't even see kids being entertained by this trash. I'm just saying. It's so bad. And this is a year for super good animated films. And this is easily the worst one. 2 out of 10 for Spellbound. It sucks. So I'm going to talk now briefly about movies that came out months ago, that I saw months ago. I just never did reviews on, but people were bothering me to talk about them. So I'm going to talk about them quick. And I know these are quick movie reviews, but these are going to be extra quick now. Beetlejuice. It's a good movie. Everyone's asked me a million times, what do I think of it? It's good. I enjoyed it. It's not as good as the first Beetlejuice, but it's still funny. It's still enjoyable. I loved Michael Keaton in the movie. He's so funny. There's a lot of great jokes. Willem Dafoe is super funny as this actor who thinks he's a police officer. Super great. Winona Ryder was really good too. Justin Theroux as the douchey boyfriend was very funny. Catherine O'Hara was very funny. I thought Jenna Ortega was wasted in the movie though. And I love Jenna Ortega, but I think she was just okay. And the story with her and the boy went in a very predictable route. And then Monica Bellucci, as awesome as she looks in the movie, completely wasted. She didn't even need to be in the fucking movie. But I love the practical effects. I love the ending. And I thought it was funny. And I think Tim Burton did a great job. And I'd still give it an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. It's a movie I definitely will watch every Halloween season. It's just nowhere near as good as the first one, though. Next is We Live in Time. I completely forgot to review this movie because I completely forgot I saw this movie because it is so forgettable. This is the most forgettable and generic romance movie I've seen in so long. People actually like this crap. It's got Florence Pugh and Andrew Garfield, who are both super talented. It talks a lot about, like cancer and loss and being parents and all that crap. It is so pandering and so predictable and so cheesy and so boring that I just didn't even bother to review this movie because I had nothing to say other than it was just boring and forgettable. I just didn't even want to review this movie. I'm like, what am I going to say about it? It's there. It exists. I don't remember this movie in a year. So, 5 out of 10. We Live in Time. And Wild Robot is a big one everyone wanted me to talk about. It's great. It's a good movie. It's one of my favorite animated movies of the year. This is a great year for animation. Wild Robot was great. Amazing animation. Beautiful story. Great characters. Yeah, it's 8.7 out of 10. Super good film. So there you go. There's my quick movie reviews. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Also, let me know in the comments below what are some movies you've seen in the past 2 weeks. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to this channel. Enjoy the dark side.